Everybody mad about Beyoncé at the CMAs. Now, people have asked, why is Beyoncé at the CMAs? She's not even country. Why is she there? You know, it's understandable. I get it. You know, the song she performed, though, Daddy Lessons, that's a track from her last album. And of course, Leave It to Me, it's literally about defensive gun use, her song. The lyrics state that her daddy told her when trouble comes to town and when bad men come around to shoot. Now, I'm all for somebody singing about protecting themselves with a gun. And she didn't sing it in an ironic fashion either. She's Texan, and Texans don't play like that. Her Black Lives Matter and police stance, that has earned her very much deserved criticism. I understand that. And I have been incredibly critical of her on that matter. But I'm not jumping down her throat for performing this particular track or the message behind it at the CMAs. And I don't feel that other people should either. You know, if we are to weather the approaching storm, and make no mistake, no matter who is elected, the storm is already on its way and just about upon us. And if we're to weather this storm, we need to find common ground with some people. Now, stop, because I know what some of you are thinking. Finding common ground isn't you surrendering your principles. It's not compromising your beliefs. It's demanding respect for your beliefs while acknowledging that there exist certain issues that we may find in common with those that, you know, we believe that we share actually little in common. It's far too easy to yell uninspired, angry platitudes and call it punditry. It's too easy to write off everyone as a war cry. It's a lot harder, and it requires more thoughtfulness to see commonality where others only want to see division, to see chances of redemption where others see only condemnation. Imagine if we were judged by the same measure. Now, I mentioned on radio how Beyoncé's last album, Lemonade, had a very Rick Rubin-esque quality. I'm a huge music nerd, a huge music fan, and I love Rick Rubin's work. He produced Johnny Cash's last album, which was a really gritty, introspective, with covers that he made into his own. It was awesome. And he produced Jay-Z's 99 Problems. You know, that's Rick, that album. Rick didn't produce Lemonade, but the style that he pioneered is there. For instance, Jack White's one of my favorite artists and one of the best guitarists living, and he produced a very soulful, bluesy rock track, which is very good. Daddy Lessons, that's a track that combines elements of soul, R&B, country, and some jazz into a perfect CMA's crossover track. Now, an aside, we can have a discussion all day long about how I loathe most pop country, and I prefer outlaw country like Waylon and Jesse Coulter and legends like Charlie Pride to accompany my metal and blues and punk staples. But this album, that song, it was cleverly written and produced really well. And it was a great fit for the awards ceremony. And that is why it was performed. The most annoying thing on that stage, though, that was the Dixie Chicks and Natalie Maines. And I ask God regularly why he wasted talent on a trio that features one of the most D-Class A loudmouths in country music. But I digress. Beyoncé, like it or not, is a pop culture icon. She's the Diana Ross of our generation. She reaches subsets of America that Fox doesn't, that you won't. Subsets that no amount of angry lecturing or regurgitations of cable news talking points, Facebook arguing, or Twitter trolling will reach. If you want to win a cultural war, you got to reach outside to those demos. Remember, politics is downstream from pop culture, and if you don't understand the significance of last night's performance at the CMAs, you will lose not just the culture battle, but the political war to follow. Beyoncé's message on policing and Black Lives Matter, as I said, it's condemnable. Her celebration of defensive gun use encapsulated in a song about a strong woman is kudos-worthy. Acknowledging this doesn't excuse the former. I'll leave you with this. Sometimes the victory is just planting the seed, folks. People nowadays, they don't have patience for that or for nuance. I get it. But remember this. One more person we convert, that's one less person we gotta fight.